Mark Mehigan's Weekly Roast. Proudly supported by Cialis for Men. Erectile dysfunction? It's nothing to be ashamed of. Have a quick, discreet chat with your pharmacist about Cialis for Men. 10mg film-coated tablets, which contains tadalafil. Now available without prescription in pharmacies nationwide. Find out more at www.cialisformen.ie. To be taken at least 30 minutes prior to anticipated sexual activity. Always read the label. GoLoud.
Welcome back to the Weekly Roast. How's it going, guys? How the hell are you? How are your hearts? Oh, God. And of course, how are your heads? Guys, Mark Mehigan's Weekly Roast is proudly brought to you by Cialis for Men. And the beauty of Cialis for Men is that you have 36 hours to make your move. So you can decide when the time is right. Eliminate the scoreboard and rise to the occasion whenever the mood strikes. Now let's get stuck in. To the roast, that is. Cialis for Men contains tadalafil, to be taken at least 30 minutes prior to anticipated sexual activity. Always read the label. Guys, welcome back to the Weekly Roast. How is it bloody going? I am very, very sorry for my dulcet tones being somewhat hoarse today. I did a lot of talking on the weekend, and as a result, I'm a little bit hoarse. Nevertheless, it's great to be here with you guys. It's great to be sitting down on the other side of the weekend. As always, I'm joined by my sidekick, Mystery Mick.
Good to see you, Mark.
Hello, Michael. I'm excellent. And Connor Halpin is on the tools.
Wabba-dabba-dab-bop.
Good stuff. So, our good friend Connor Halpin, we had to save this conversation until the show because I didn't want to hear any feedback in advance. Connor was in the audience on Friday night or Saturday night? Saturday night. Well, firstly, thank you to everybody who came to the live shows, by the way. It was incredible. And secondly, if you've been enjoying the podcast of late, do me a huge favour. Click follow or subscribe wherever you get it. It makes an enormous difference. If you're in an area that you feel is underserved and you want Mark to bring the show to you, send me a DM on Instagram at Mehigan Mark. If you've any requests for roasts, it all happens on Instagram at Mehigan Mark. And last, but not bloody least, if you want to do some charity work this week, if you really want to get the fucking finger out, okay, send an episode of the podcast to a mate of yours and be like, this is you, Susan. This is all about you. It really helps the show grow and I would truly appreciate it. Now, on we go. We're just going to do a very brief review of the live show and then we're going to get on to father-in-laws because we're fathers-in-law because good God, we have a lot to get into today. Connor Halpin, you're on the air, live and untouched. What's the review of the show?
Well, first of all, you gave me 2 tickets, which I had a struggle to try and round up even one friend to come along. But the friend I brought had no clue who you were.
Okay.
And she was like, who is this fella? I'm like, we're in the friends and family row. Would you shut up and pretend like you're a huge fan? But I think it was great to actually have her there because she was experiencing it for the first time. I knew very little about the show because, you know, I'm very new to the throuple. So you guys had sort of worked all this out beforehand. And I thought it was great.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. One kind of question now, what was going on with that Pat Butcher jacket that you walked out on stage?
Steady on, Halpin, okay? Steady on. What I will say is I did a meet and greet after the show and this American guy came up to me, like very much fresh off a plane from Minneapolis or something. He was like the shorts, the t-shirts, you know, the sort of basketball long shorts that American guys wear, and like, yeah, a t-shirt and a baseball cap. And he just came up to the meet and greet. And then, like, he walked past security and he was like, no, I don't want a fucking photo. And I was like, oh, God, this is the part where I get attacked by a fan or not a fan. And he was just like, hey, I just want to say to you, that bit you did on 9/11, you fucking crushed it, man. That would crush anywhere in the US. And I was like, this is a cue for photos. Get out. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for coming. It was phenomenal. Mystery Mick, you were phenomenal. Your first ever time live on stage.
Yes.
How was it for you?
It was just surreal. And it was just amazing. It was so much fun. Obviously, like a lot of nerves going in. But yeah, I think it was just...
There was one moment on Friday night when I was on stage and I had a complete brain freeze. I don't know if anybody noticed that. Let me know so I can ruminate over it further. I was on stage. I was halfway through the intro, and I just had bang, complete brain blank. Went over, got myself a drink, tried to just go, and I just fucking the world stopped. But aside from that, it was unreal. And I just want to say the roast the audience section, man, is the funniest fucking thing of all time. So basically we did this thing where we got people who were coming to the show to send in pictures of themselves, like embarrassing pictures. Like, honestly, just...
Place was on wheels.
Unbelievable. And long story short, I really look forward to... There's conversations happening about bringing it on the road. So let me know where you are. And if you want to see good stuff live, because I think I'm finally, and I'll finish on this, I am finally bitten by the bug.
Oh, really?
I want to get out. Like, I'd go out tonight if I could.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm drinking again. No. No, but like, whatever happened, these shows, like I've done shows before, the Sugar Club, like, you know, the loads of shows in the Bellow Bar and stuff, did London, never really got to enjoy them. After this weekend, I'm like, I just want to do a review, tweak what needs tweaking, be better, be more like, I just want to go. I want to go like all day. Because there's something in this for sure. Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much to everybody for listening. And look, it's the roast of father-in-laws. I'm not going to bore you anymore with my self-applause. But thank you all from the bottom of my heart for the support. Now, let's look at some other perverted men in the Irish society. Let's go.
Yeah, so my father-in-law, whose personal hygiene wouldn't be great to start with, came back one day with 72-hour deodorant. Was absolutely chuffed, so now he doesn't have to wash himself for 3 if not 4 days. And now that's the way he operates. 3 or 4 days without a shower because the deodorant says it lasts 72 hours.
It's
utterly ridiculous.
It's giving... No.
Go.
No fucking way. I just feel like you're already, you know, wading through treacle if you're sort of... Your idea, you know, your modus operandi is to try and circumvent the laws of basic hygiene.
Would you ever pay attention to those, like, time periods? Like, for me, you put deodorant on when you're cleaning yourself or after, like, extra... basically, like, multiple times a day, even.
No, well, I don't once a day. It's
no, but
sufficient.
Like, okay, grand. But but what I'm saying is you're not going into Tesco and saying, oh, I'll get that one because it's 48 hours as opposed to 24.
I feel like in the marketing department of Sure or Nivea, you know, once they hit 24 hours, that's the max. You shouldn't really, you know, there's no real profession or industry which require, like, 72-hour deodorant is a derangement level of time away from a shower, unless you're scaling Everest.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you're going to be stuck in the Hillary step for at least a night. You do not need 72-hour deodorant. And let's be honest, if you are summiting Everest, or as I like to call it, the highest bloody tourist attraction in the world, you know, I don't. And my brother-in-law scaled Everest, so fair play to him. Nevertheless, 72 hours deodorant is disgraceful. The fact that he already had bad personal hygiene in the beginning, no. It's just disgraceful.
He's looking for ways out. Shower.
Yeah, it's absolutely disgraceful. But again, I've talked about this very frequently on the podcast. The smell of people generally these days is just gone to the dogs. Worse than dogs. I walked into Foot Locker in Blanche the other day and I nearly fainted. Genuinely, I was asphyxiated beside the Adidas tracksuit bottoms. There was a guy there. It was effectively cologne of Gooch.
Oh.
I swear, it had volume. It was making noise. Do you ever get a smell is so bad you can almost... Maybe this is my neurodivergent speaking, but I could almost hear his fucking smell. I could touch it. I could feel it. It was an assault on all of the senses. I felt molested by his man minge. Welcome back to the Weekly Roast. On y va, let's go.
So the first Christmas I was going out with my boyfriend, now husband, I went down to visit my now in-laws for Christmas, and I am a lifelong vegetarian, and my father-in-law thought that was wild, so he for Christmas gave me a book called something like The Whole Hog, Cooking Pork from the Snout to the Squeak, which in fairness was pretty hilarious.
Okay, I will say this, and this is a little bit niche. My biggest ick of all time is sort of culinary masculinity.
I'm totally with you.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so there's like this era, I feel like it was real maybe 2011 to 2015, where like all of these like male macho cookbooks started coming out in a way to target sort of men and sort of circumvent their suppressed misogyny and prehistoric idea that like a kitchen is where a female belongs. So they had to like man up like cooking and sort of shoehorn as many testosterone sort of fuel, like, you know, so to be like, oh, here's the flaming smoking Bible of boar meat for Billy Big Beef Balls. Do you know what I mean? All these books that were like the flaming hickory big master beard masculine beer Bible. I hated them. Every fucking Christmas, excuse my language, for like 5 years I was getting these ridiculous cookbooks that I just have to stop trying to make cooking too manly.
Yeah, totally.
But it's just also like when restaurants have to, you know, when you go, it's barbecue places are the worst for it. You know, when you go somewhere and you're like, okay, I just want the chicken wings, and then it's like, oh for God's sake, can I have Mama's Minnesota minge ticklers? Do you know what I mean? I just want to say chicken wings. I don't want to have to, or you go into a juice bar and it's like, it's 7 a.m. and you just want a banana and strawberry smoothie. I don't want to say, can I have a funky sunrise smooth? Like, do you know what I mean? I don't want to say, can I have the Copacabana Hapalawanga? You know? I'll have a banana smoothie, please. I don't want the joking smoking rib ranchers or the Tennessee titty squeezers or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Stop trying to make cooking. There's always such homoerotic undertones to these cookbooks that they completely ignore. Here it is, the British lads manual to mega meat dicks. That sounds like gay porn. You're not selling barbecues anymore, Weber. It sounds like pornography.
I feel like it's always served on like an aluminium tray or like a slab of wood.
A bit of slab of wood. Yeah. Anytime somebody is wearing those black gloves. If it's an Insta reel of a man wearing black lace, oh, look at me chopping meat with black fucking gloves. You're a delicatessen. You're a delicatessen. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But stop trying to make it like, I'm the fucking Hulk Hogan of chicken fillet baguettes. He was a racist. You are a racist. Don't forget the red onion. You daft racist. Anytime you see the black gloves on Instagram, you know you're dealing with a spoofer. Oh, we're called the Knuckle Bros, and we're here every day at Cornish Market, and we give the first fucking plate of spuds free to some pervert who's travelled from Middlesbrough overnight. Have you seen these reels?
Utterly.
And it's like, my name's Graham. I got the train down from Southampton at 9:45 last Thursday. I'd just like a baked potato, please. Graham, this won't be the last time we see you. Soon you'll be on one of those vigilante pedo YouTube videos. Oh, no, it's too early for this.
You have lost it today. You are just on one.
Let's go. Hello, Graham.
Years ago, I went out with a guy from the village, and his dad went to the pub one Friday night after leaving work, had his wages, spent them all on drink and the horses and whatnot, spent everything, and on the way home from the pub, bet himself up, gave himself a right good hiding, and told the wife that he was mugged, but sure everyone knew that wasn't true.
Oh my God. I mean, I've told the story before, so I can't tell it again.
No, go on.
Oh, I'm not going to do it justice today. Okay, long story short, Connor, because you haven't heard this. When I was a kid, when I was like 16 or 17, oh no, would have been over 18. So it must have been the summer of 6th year, where I had, the only ID that I had was a passport, right? And we needed passports. We needed ID to get into nightclubs. I went through a period of like losing passports, and it got pretty serious. And I lost one on holidays, and then my mum got it again, and then I lost another one, and then basically I lost 3 passports in the space of 1 year. So I got like a letter from whoever it was, like the passport office, to be like, we are not issuing you a passport anymore because we can't trust that you're not selling these, because it becomes like a crime risk if you lose more than 3 or something in a year. So anyway, there's a bit of an incident. My mum had to get involved and like called in a favour, blah blah blah, and then like I got issued this temporary passport, whatever. I went out and lost it. So then I was gone on to like 4 passports in 1 calendar year, and all hell broke loose. My mum fortunately knew somebody who was in the passport office, and she rang and was like, this is really bad. Like, you know, this can't keep happening, blah, blah, blah. She sort of threw the Hail Mary at it, and the long story short, she got me a 1 year passport. like sort of broke protocol, got me this 1 year passport, and came home. My mum was like, "You're not going near this passport. The only time you're allowed to use this is when you're going to the airport." And she like put it away in her bureau in the bedroom. That night, I decided I wanted to go out to a nightclub. And Mehigan, being Mehigan, decided there's only one way to do this, and it's to break into your mum's bureau and to get your passport. Of course, you're not that thick to lose it. Only a complete imbecile would lose the passport after all of this. I went out to the nightclub. I was literally it was crawdaddy. I remember it for the rest of my life. I was sitting on the couch, smooching a girl, thinking, it's all coming up Mehigan this night. Crystal Castle's playing in the background. I'm wearing a pair of skinny Urban Outfitters blue jeans and white con low tops. Loving life. I'm in the middle of the kiss. And I just pat my bum. Not like in an ad for Asda sort of style, just like to check if I still have the passport. Because of course I do. Because again, only a complete fucking imbecile would have lost it. Put my hand in my pocket. Gone. All hell breaks loose in my head. I sort of shirk the girl off me. I'm like, I'm gone. I've got bigger fish to fry. I'm like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened. And it's honestly, truly one of my biggest regrets. But I thought the only way that I can get out of this is to pretend that I've been beaten up. So I got a taxi home and rubbed loads of muck and leaves. Sort of War of the Button style over my face. And threw away my debit card. Didn't throw away the phone. Managed to hold on to that. Threw away my debit card and house key and the €300 cash, by the way. And I banged on my front door and I hear the lights until the lights eventually go on. And my mum comes down the stairs and I just go, "Mum, I've been robbed." It's the worst. I'm so guilty even saying this. I feel so bad. And she was like, "Oh my God, lovey, come in, are you okay?" And I was like, "They took everything, Mum." She's like, "Don't worry, it's okay. Just as long as you're safe, my baby, come in." And she was like, "What did they take?" And I was like, "Everything." And she was like, "What? Like just your phone and stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "And my passport." And she just looks up at me. Like gets down on her hands and knees and is like, "How did you even have the fucking passport?" And that's when my mum reached that stage. The scariest stage for an Irish mother to ever reach is when they're crying and angry. It's like a hurricane meeting a tsunami and a monsoon and a fucking, I don't know what, mudslide at the same time. And she was like, "I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. Oh, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do with you." The next thing she's got me, she's like, "You've obviously been harmed." I was like, "They were punching me." She put me up into the shower. So I was nude. She wanted me to be in a cold shower to help with the shock that of course didn't exist. This is actually what gave me the shock. I then had to stand in a cold shower, getting hosed down by my weeping mother. And in my head, I'm going, this is Mark, this is your low. This is your moral rock bottom. You will never recover from this, morally speaking. And then like she makes me a hot chocolate and puts me into bed and I'm just going, I'm a bad, bad man. She calls Harcourt Street Garda Station. I had to make a statement. Completely fucking fictional. It just so happens, by the way, that I got the one hungry for work, enthusiastic detective in the entire capital fucking city who then rang me like thrice a week for about 6 months afterwards. Like, "Yeah, Mark, listen. Hiya, Mark. I'm checking the camera there outside Crawdaddy's in Harcourt Street. I can see you leaving, but I can't see the two lads." Because I had said the two lads came up to me and mugged me, you know, and he was on to me. He was definitely on to me that there was a lie. Because he kept ringing me. He's like, "Would you come back in for a chat? Because I just can't. I see you on the station, but I can't. I can see you flagging down the taxi, but I can't find anyone coming up to you." I was like, are you okay, guard? So, yeah, there you go. Worst thing that's ever happened to me. By me. Yeah, still acting like he's got nothing to do with it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, horrific.
What was happening with these passports, though?
ADHD, there you go. Undiagnosed and untreated ADHD. God love me. So if anything, it's not my fault. If I had been cared for appropriately and people had realised from an early age that I was neurodivergent, there would never ever be any of these clerical issues. And that is the bottom line.
It is your fault.
How long will it take you to get out of your dress? Let's go.
Hi Mark, I hope you're well. I am just following up on some of the stories that I have shared with you about my creepy, pervy father-in-law. It was the week of our wedding and we had family over from the States, Australia, like down the country, everywhere, and we had a little get-together, and you know yourself, you mingle with everybody, and my father-in-law came over to me and he says, really creepy, did you ever hear that saying, what's in the cat is in the kitten? Ugh. And I says, yes, I have heard that numerous of occasions, yes. Yeah, well, I just want to let you know that if you're liking what's in the kitten, you should give the cat a go. Now, my jaw hit the floor, and only for a friend of mine literally standing behind me, and she overheard this conversation, you would not believe that he had just said that. This man is the absolute creepiest person you have ever met in your life.
Oh my God.
That's rotten.
What's in the...
I don't get that phrase, by the way.
Well, I knew a guy from Dundalk and he's... How are you? 2 minutes there. I can actually do a... Mark, how are you there, Marco? 2 minutes there. Away there picking up a jumping castle. The wee one's got a communion on the weekend. Go drive down town, pick up a couple of jumping castles. Anyway, I was dealing with this guy, right? And you know what I always say, Mark? I always say, if it's in the goose, it's in the gander. He used to always say that to me. If it's in the goose, it's in the gander. Right?
How does that come up in normal conversation? That's wrong.
Well, did you not hear? He was off to collect a jumping castle, so it wasn't the most normal conversation. It was, so what's in the cat is in the kitten. What he means basically is to say, I think he's misappropriating it into a sexual context and turning it sexual. But usually it's like, what I would know, if it's in the goose, it's in the gander, or if it's in the cat, it's in the kitten, means he didn't, it's basically, if Michael is a certain way, he didn't lick it off the stones in the street. He's probably getting it from home. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm assuming he's sort of giving it the old, like, if you've had a go at the baby bear, Papa Bear. Basically, he's saying that, like, he's a much more pure, like, virile lover than his son.
He's just a dirtbag.
He's a horny miscreant. He's genuinely just a sicko. Imagine saying that. Like, but again, I do think in Irish culture, there's an element of, across the board, by the way, if people are just brazen enough, they get away with it.
Oh, people are celebrated for being like cute whores, and you're just like, you're an arsehole.
Yeah. And it works across the board, and even in social media stuff. If someone's brave enough just to be ludicrous, it's like, oh, well, I suppose they must have a talent. No, some people are just fucking loud and ignorant. That's not a prize. Yeah. It's not a skill set, not naming any names whatsoever there. But that's depraved. What's in the... Oh, you there, Wilson. I was just... Oh, sorry. Are there spring rolls on that tray there? Are there spring rolls or are there samosas? I'll always get the Asians and the Chinese. I always get the Chinese and the Indians mixed up. Anyway, sorry, I've got a bit of crumbs down my lips. Would you wouldn't? I was just telling Catherine, if it's in the if it's in the kiss, will you show me your breasts? I'm very horned up, It's the way. I've always wondered this, and I've said it before. When a creep sees another creep, like, so say you go into Ranelagh, right? You go into Ranelagh for Friday and you're a creep and you're doing your rounds, your creepy rounds, sort of loitering at the edge of the bar, trying to isolate vulnerable women, whatever. If you're a creep and you see another creep in the bar, what's the protocol? Like, does a creep look at another creep and go like, well, Rory, how are we? Friday, busy week, let's get to it? Or does a creep see another creep and go, you dirty bastard? Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember being on a beach as a kid when I was like 12 doing the sunglasses technique because there was like a topless woman, right? And then I caught eyes with my cousin who was doing the same thing and I was like, you fucking sicko. Stop that. You'll get us both caught. Oliver, let's go.
Hi Mark, so my father-in-law has 4 daughter-in-laws and he greets us by kissing us on the lips.
No.
It is extremely strange. We have tried to dodge it by going in for a hug or turning the cheek, but if we do that, he waits and then he'll go in for a kiss on the lips.
My God.
So yeah, it's extremely odd. And none of us are brave enough to approach it or say it to our husbands, so we just go with it.
I would be having a very terse word conversation with my husband saying, this has to, first time, mental.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember earlier on when your father kissed me on the lips? That should have never happened. I'm sorry that Dennis lost his job recently. Do you know what I mean? But that's not happening ever again.
I don't think you need to be brave to have that conversation. Like, that's just straight up boundaries.
It's not nice. It's not this, oh, he's a little bit dothery. He wears corduroy shorts and Nigel's a lovely man. He's a big he joined a croquet club since he retired and he always wears yellow. He only kisses us on the lips. He's a pervert.
He is a pervert.
And this is the thing. Judge people only on their actions.
Yeah.
He's kissing people on the lips, unprovoked, unsolicited, gone. That's a gone for me.
Some families do it though.
Do they though, or is it folklore?
A good friend of mine, his family do kiss each other on the lips at one of their family weddings. There's all pictures of them kissing each other, and they are the finest of people. They're just very affectionate towards one another.
There's a lot to be said for sort of repressed Irish Catholic stoicism no. The only time I think I ever had a physical contact with my father growing up was when he reluctantly put sun cream on my back on one holiday, which by the way was worse than getting whipped. It's like my dad was so determined not to look gay that he'd be like, right. My father with the sun cream on the beach honestly was just it was like getting tarred and feathered. It was honestly like the slapping. It was like that scene in Full Metal Jacket with the soap. You've seen that? When they get the soaps and they bash your man Bubba just before he... but it was like that. It's like he was so... can't look like a pedo. They're your own children. Nobody is thinking that, you fucking weirdo. So, and that's the worst thing is when the sun cream's getting slapped in your back and you'd actually be going, there'd be tears in your eyes because it'd be stinging so much. It'd also be tears in your eyes because this is what it feels like to have an arm on my shoulder. Okay. Connor, do you want to call him out? Fuck, Connor, do you want to take me to the beach later?
Does it help to absorb the sunscreen? I'm thinking of the finesse of fathers making the hang sandwich.
He was one of the pioneers for the spray. He fucking ditched the P20 as quick as he could. Let's go. Oh, guys, I hope you're enjoying the weekly roast. It is my favourite time of the week sitting here talking to you. So thank you so much for joining us. As I say, if you enjoy the show, you know what to do. Send it to a friend. If you could rate it, review it, whatever needs to be done, we'd really appreciate it. Furthermore, I will be announcing the winner of the hotel competition tomorrow in the Roast Mortem. So make sure to tune in. I am looking forward to revealing the details of the winner. Okay, guys, on y va. It is the roast of father-in-laws. Look, hold on to your hats, hold on to your hearts, hold on to your heads, because it is about to get more and more absurd as the show goes on. So let's do it. On y va.
Right, so I had to run down to the bedroom to send this because my husband hates me giving out about his parents. But yeah, we were staying in the in-laws' house one night, and Saturday night, woke up, we've got a little kid, 5 a.m, downstairs, and I could smell cooking. And I was like, that's a bit weird. It's 5 a.m. Anyway, went into the kitchen, and there he was taking the roast out of the oven, roast potatoes, the full works out of the oven, and leaving them on the side at I think it was 10 to 5 in the morning. What? I got the fright of my life because didn't expect anyone else to be up in the house at 5 a.m. There you go then. Next day, dinner, 1 o'clock, and there he's cutting the bits off the roast and putting plates in the microwave to heat them up to save a few bob. The reason I remembered this was when your man said about the flasks. They do the same thing. They'd boil 4 or 5 flasks of water in the kettle on the night rate and leave the flasks there and use them throughout the day. So by 3 o'clock they're having tepid tea. Mental.
Yeah, completely mental.
Mental, but
Well, let's also establish one thing, and I think it's always important we caveat this before roasting people for tightness. There is a significant difference between somebody being hard up or, wanting to be economical or make the most of what they've got. It goes without saying that that's not open to ridicule, okay? Needs must. So there is no semblance of taking the piss out of people for just, making things work financially, okay? Getting up at 10 a.m. to cook yourself a fucking roast dinner is complete lunacy. It's insane. Your man with the curlers in at 3 a.m. taking a meatloaf out of the oven like a 1950s American housewife. It's got all the siren sound of like a severely undiagnosed illness. Your man like Mrs. Doubtfire at 4 a.m.
You're just, okay. Yeah, but like if it's not affecting anyone else, like it's a completely crazy thing to do and way to live. But like they may feel, it works for them. Maybe he doesn't sleep well.
Yeah, but cooking a roast dinner at 5 a.m. to then leave us on. I'm imagining, that scene in Ratatouille, whenever the old woman wakes up and she turns the lights on and all the rats are, or is it, and all the rats are just there. That for me is like your one gets up at 4 a.m. to go to the Jacks. She stumbles down into the kitchen, turns the lights on, and your man is just there like in a pink apron with curlers in. It's not what it looks like. Do you know what I mean? Like Mrs. Doubtfire-esque. There's something more to this than meets the eye, I feel. The flasks of tea.
Yeah, that's fairly rank now.
It's disgusting.
Like, can you imagine, like
boiling 5 kettles is... For me, it'd be a case of if times were that tough, tea would be gone then. Just tea would be gone.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be getting up, at 3 a.m. to boil the kettle 5 times.
And also, like, are you really enjoying that tea if you're having it at like 3 p.m. and it's like bath water level warm?
Sick. That's why I don't like baths in general. No, but a bath, let's be honest, a bath it's not worth what you get from it. You spend around 35 minutes trying to run the bath, right? And as always, like making spaghetti, you never get it right.
Yeah.
You never get it right. It's always scalding. So you end up having to stand in the bath, nude, right? But your ankles in sort of fucking Mount Vesuvius, 49 AD Pompeii levels, singeing your little ankle hairs, right? Yeah. And you're absolutely scalding. You then have to face the indignity of seeing your nude carcass in the mirror, right? Standing at myself, looking at myself over the shoulder like the girl with the pearl earring, nude, okay, in a bath, is the most humbling thing of all time. Like, it would induce body, it's just disgraceful. Then you sit in the bath, it's absolutely, like, insanely hot. You get the Radox in, grand. Okay, I'm now sweating because the bath is hot. Grand, I've got about 30 seconds of enjoyment out of this. Now I'm bored. And I'm going to have to shower because I feel greasy and sloppy.
Yeah.
Baths are just the worst.
You're right.
Okay. Thank you. We're all agreed?
Yeah.
Right. On y va. Let's go.
Hi Mark, love the weekly roast, thank you. This topic, I could probably fill your whole pod with stories about how tight my father-in-law is. Some of my favourites though are whenever he comes up to visit us or to babysit, he brings up his iPhone and his iPad to charge them here so that he's not using his own electricity to do so. He also brings us up loads of newspapers, which he knows that we don't read because we read them online, but he always pretends to forget this and leaves us with the pile of newspapers that we have to put in our green bin, and then he hasn't put them in his own. What makes this even worse is that for a long time, he used to go to his local shop early the next morning and ask for yesterday's papers before they were sent back so he wouldn't have to pay for them. So not only was he getting his newspapers for free, he was also disposing of them for free. Another one of his crazy antics is he sets an alarm for midnight so that he gets up, goes downstairs and turns on the dishwasher, so it's just purely on the night electricity saver rate. As I say, I could go on with these stories forever, just a few of them. But yeah, perfect topic for me.
Oh my God.
This is tightness.
It's the worst trait known to man.
Without question.
I think we should do another roast on tightness because call me anything. Call me everything. Call me what you want, but do not call me tight.
I'm totally with you.
It's an illness. It possesses people. It poisons them. That behaviour is poison.
The worst thing is, though, a lot of people, and I'd say like this chap is like this, they take pride in it. They genuinely see themselves as being like savvy or a bit cheeky or whatever, and you're like, you're an arsehole. Like, that's not a nice way to be.
They never take a day off.
Never.
Everybody knows a tight person, and it's the first and last thing they mention about everything. How much was that? How much was this? Every situation, experience, endeavour, purchase, everything is just bookended with the cost. How much was it? That's the only way to value something. Yeah. How much was that though? Okay, grand. Then it must have been okay. Then it wasn't. Then it's not worth it. The maths, it must be chaos. Like, I would hate to exist in the brain of a person that tight, where they are just constantly doing these acrobats and just somersaults of how much, and then what can I get? And if I go meet the lads now, how can I time my arrival so I don't have to get the first round? And then if I leave at this time, then I won't have to get the second round. I can get 3 rounds. It is the worst.
I'm sure you'll agree with this as well. But when they also shame you for not being tight or ridicule your spending, like, so, me planning a wedding at the moment, the amount of times I've had to justify things that I want to do or that Kate wants to do, and they're like, oh, that's ridiculous. It's not. It's how we want to spend our fucking money. It drives me up the wall.
They're just completely obsessed by it. It's the worst. It is. Oh, I actually get so angry about it.
I'm with you.
It's because, you know what, also, it's the pretending that they have to. What I want to know is, surely tight people know that we know?
Oh, yeah.
Do they not know that we all know what they're doing? Like, we are aware that they are constantly on the fucking take. They are constantly looking for ways to get out of, it's the type of person that, especially when it's just like, it's stuff that the thing that they could get away with, they will take. The opportunity they'll take. Sorry, I haven't phrased that well. But, if, for instance, we'll all just throw Michael 50 quid because he got the thing, they'll always just not do it.
Yeah.
They'll always just, oh, fuck, I forgot. They will always forget. Yeah. And it's always stuff that they could always come back and go, oh, yeah, of course, sorry, I forgot. But they always forget. Oh, it actually makes my skin crawl. We better move on because I'm just going to get angry, but we should do tight people again. Let me know what you think. Oniva, let's go.
Hi, Mark. So on my wedding day at the reception, my father-in-law came over to me and told me that my dress was lovely. And after I thanked him, he then asked if it would take me long to take off later tonight.
Nope, absolutely not. Graham, get away from me. Somebody please help me. Your father has just sexually harassed me. Good luck. No. Again, it's a no. There's no grey area. You know what you're doing. Myself and my friend Stuart have this rule, right?
Yeah.
And I always said, it's like with cheating, it's like with anything, right? You know what you're doing. Everybody knows what they're doing in life.
Okay.
I've been single in the past. I'm now happily married. We all know the difference between engaging with somebody in a platonic way versus a flirtatious way versus a sexual way versus a fun but harmless way. Do you know what I mean? It will take my daughter-in-law a long time to get out of her dress. No, gone. Go to the car, please. Guys, can somebody unlock the Volvo? Graham has been sent out to the Kia for half an hour. 2 different car types, nevertheless.
I think you're being harsh.
No, not harsh enough. He should be taken out and shot in front of his wife. And then they should move the reception to the greens outside and we could watch him bleed out.
Oh my God.
He should be shot in both collarbones. And then they should... No, that's too much. That's excessive.
You are in rare form today. Oh my God.
I am. I'm volatile. But he's a pervert. I don't accept that is innocent.
I feel like sometimes our lads can be so uncomfortable and bad conversationalists.
But why do we fucking excuse this?
No.
Sorry, this is my thing, right?
Yeah.
We exist in a society where everybody is being held accountable for every single thing they say, right? Whether you're a comedian or not, whether you're just a quote unquote normal person who doesn't do something, doesn't create content for other people to consume. Everybody is being held to such an unholy high esteem of perfection at all times, right? And I believe it's too much, and we expect and demand way too much from other people, but not ourselves. Do you know what I mean? There's a great phrase. It's like, we judge other people on their actions, but we judge ourselves on our intentions.
For sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we should be more forgiving and understanding of others. However, We seem to let away the older generation. We're just like, oh, it's of a different generation. What? Of just prolific sexual, you know what I mean?
No. What I'm saying is, like, in this particular, it's such a glaringly stupid thing to ask someone. Maybe he was just very uncomfortable and it was a big elaborate dress.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, maybe she was dressed like a toilet holder and it was like the day of her wedding. He goes, do you know what? I'm a little bit awkward. Jesus, it's a bit hot here in this room. The band haven't started playing yet. Okay, what could I could say, I could ask her about her family. I could ask her about the service. I could mention the priest. Wasn't he gas? Wasn't the priest gas when he said, and by the way, the groomsmen don't look half bad either. Ha 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 ha. Thank you, Father Fitz. Tell us about the mission.
I'm not winning this one. I know, but I just... yeah.
You've swayed me a little bit, though, I have to say.
There we go.
Really?
I think so, yeah. I think, that there's something in that. I was more on your side at the beginning of it, kind of going like, yeah, it's just a level of what can I get away with? Maybe there is something.
I don't think
ornate, elaborate. Oh, did it take you long? We'd have to be thrown into it, whatever.
Okay, well, then we're going to need to see the dress. Okay, if it's sort of like Shakespeare in Love, whenever the girl, Gwyneth Paltrow has, Shakespeare in Love. You guys see that movie Shakespeare in Love? What ain't that movie? What that movie Shakespeare in Love when Coldplay wife got the tits gone? What the movie Shakespeare in Love? The one with the Shakespeare? Nope. Oh fuck!
Wow.
You don't ask your daughter-in-law about how long she's going to take her to get out of the dress. That's all I'm saying. Right, on y va.
The day of my wedding, my father-in-law was sitting at the top table and passed a comment on my sister-in-law's boobs, who was at a table a fair distance away, and basically told her to get them out. That was after previously commenting on my boobs in front of 4 of my brothers and my father, who thankfully did not actually hear the comment because there would have been fisticuffs. But yeah, it's a bit of a thing with boobs, I think.
You think?
But there you go.
Okay, thanks for this. Now, you guys probably are going to come in with a cheap defence now and say he was just offering free mammograms or something, are you? And maybe he was a consultant for Breast Check Ireland, the fucking chief pigs. This is like me. I'm like sleeping in a trough here next to you two trotter dogs, Roganites.
Roganites?
Yeah, even that, look at that. The way your voice went there. Roar, was that Rogany?
Last week you were calling me Lena Dunham. Now it's on a Roganite. I just can't win.
Yeah, exactly. No. Choose your fucking morals and stick to them, boy.
This one I will not be defending.
I love the way he's sitting at a table and the sister's 4 or 5 tables away and he's heckling her to get her breasts out and they're just like, yeah, I think he might have something about boobs. Do you think so, yeah?
But didn't she say sister-in-law? So was he talking about his own daughter to get her boobs out?
No, because it could be her partner's brother's other wife. Genetics. Yeah. So
it might have been a very constrictive dress, though, Mark. Maybe.
These two. No.
This is like,
I am
by the way,
on this one.
This is like, I'm going to say it. This is like Liam Neeson. Whenever, no, I don't care. By the way, this is like Liam Neeson making the defense for one of his mates who got Me Too'd. Right? His mate got Me Too'd, who was like it was a director or a producer or something. Producer. And Liam Neeson gets interviewed. Liam Neeson, by the way, I might add, maybe stop rushing to do interviews whenever stuff happens, bro, because it's going terribly. Okay, we have like 2 massive examples, Liam, of when it's gone disastrously for you. Yeah. But anyway, Liam gets interviewed and he's like, oh, you can't do anything these days. Yeah, a man lightly touches a woman's back and it's an accident and, things are misconstrued and blah, blah, blah. And, Johnny's a very good guy and, all the rest. Okay, that was Liam's interview. The guy was sending this woman sexually explicit emails for 18 months prior. And he was married and she was married. And she had pleaded with him to stop. He was an absolute and utter dog. This wasn't like I accidentally great. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, and Liam's agent is like, you know that you were in to talk about the movie, right? You didn't have to bring this up, Liam.
Anyway, here's Naked Gun.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Oh, by the way, I'm now with Pam Anderson.
Yeah.
Bringing her skiing next. No. You can't.
Oh my God, that took a second. Okay.
Just cancel it all. That's. No, you actually can't. Oh, fuck. Let's go, lads.
I don't know if you remember during COVID the memes of the guy with the big dick at the side of the bed, and then people started putting him everywhere in all sorts of different memes, and so we were discussing it at dinner. Funny discussion to have at dinner, but that's just the kind of family. And my father-in-law was wondering what this meme was, so someone handed him the phone, and there was about 10 of us around the table, and he just looks up at me and he said he'd split you in two.
Oh, God. Sorry, hold on a sec. Firstly, I didn't know that there was a meme going around about me during COVID.
Oh, brilliant.
Classic.
I actually was surprised you didn't say Mark Mehigan. Okay, brilliant.
Okay, well, you haven't seen my dick, so relax. Keep the snake in its cage till the end of the show, boy. And, yeah, okay, I'm just more interested in a dinner. Sounds like an average dinner in your house. 10 people sitting around discussing dick. Unless it's like the people who are doing Richard Attenborough's biography, there should never be a dinner table where 10 people talk about dick. No, useless, terrible.
Look, it's good.
I think this is completely insane. I'm just interested that she draws the line at that. Okay, so the father-in-law's comment is obviously bad. Okay, of course it's bad. But like, if the context is lots of people having a big conversation around big willies, I mean, it's sort of anything goes, like.
Yeah, the bar's low.
Why is that where the line? It's like, I used to always say, in terms of the fine line, I used to always talk about this, about pre-drinking or about fishing for booze. Do you remember when you were a kid, right? And you'd be going fishing for booze. Do you know what fishing is? So we used to call it fishing, where if you were teenagers and you wanted to get alcohol bought for you and you didn't have like a wayward cousin or an uncle to do it, you know, you would have to go and position yourselves near an off licence or a garage or something and then get somebody to go in and buy you the booze. And but the thing is though, in terms of the line, you'd be looking for somebody, right? You'd want somebody who is sloppy enough, you know, because you'd be sort of going up to someone going, "Excuse me, sir, you look like a sloppy enough individual and has no problem purchasing, you know, teenagers' alcohol." So you want to find somebody who looks sloppy and reckless enough that would buy children alcohol. But that's where they draw the line. Do you know what I mean? It's a knife edge. You want them, they would only be comfortable doing that. They wouldn't do anything.
They wouldn't go drinking with you.
Yeah. You want someone who buy you the booze and then fuck off. You wouldn't want someone to go, "Oh, by the way, kids, I got some sweets back from Japan." You know, something weird. So with this one, it's like she's drawn the line at, "I want to have an adult conversation about big willy memes, okay? No sordid contributions from Dennis, please."
Yeah.
So
isn't it amazing the success rate of fishing? Like back in the day, you could easily enough get booze from strangers.
Yes, I would never, if a kid, notwithstanding my own relationship with alcohol,
totally,
I would never purchase a kid booze. No question.
No.
And by the way, we were 13 or 14.
Yeah,
shocking. Like actually shocking.
And like I don't know about you, but like we could get spirits easy enough. Like people go in and buy a naggin, no problem.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Drinking, and we just drank naggins because that's what we were told to do.
Yeah.
Tears in our eyes. I remember.
Such a ridiculous thing to drink, like for your first couple of nights out.
Where we start? A couple of cans? Go straight for the top shelf, mate. I'll have a naggin of Glens and 500 mils of 7-Up on ice. No, 7-Up. What was it? It was Fanta Exotic we usually chased it with. Yeah. So we would just like swallow it. It was honestly the worst thing ever.
We used to tip out and then like throw the naggin in on top, and you just have like a bottle of just rotten stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
On y va. Oh, guys, I hope you're enjoying the weekly roast, and my, again, sincerest apologies for my hoarse voice and, dare I say, coarse tone today. I'm a little bit depleted of my usual jovial frivolity.
Good time, though.
I'm sort of fit. Oh, it's a great time. I'm just sort of, yeah, I don't know.
Steer into it.
Lean into it.
Yeah, why not?
It's great to be here, guys. I hope you're doing well. Final section. Let's get into it. If you're enjoying the show, you know what to do. Send us a message on Instagram. Let me know how you are, and if you're enjoying the show. My ego is huge, but it's also perched upon a bed of crippling insecurity. So I require constant and perpetual reassuring from you, the listener, that you're enjoying the show. Otherwise, I will walk into the mental wilderness of rumination and wonder if I've gotten it all wrong. So let's go.
Hey Mark, congratulations on your live shows.
Thank you.
I had never met my father-in-law. I had only been seeing his son for a couple of weeks. And one morning we were in his house. He lived with his mother. She was out. Front door was always just left open. So anyway, we were there one morning, and while we were in the middle of doing the deed, the bedroom door swings open.
No.
His father-in-law storms in, demanding his €100 back that he had lent his son. And why wasn't he answering the phone? Stood over the two of us in the bed, screaming and shouting at him, asking for his money back, calling him every name under the sun.
No.
Storms back out of the room, slams the door, comes back in, walks over to the bed, puts his hand out, nice to meet you, and walked back out of the room. Safe to say it took me a long time to face him.
Well, what position were you in when he came in? This is absolutely insane. To the extent of almost thinking it's fiction.
I could fully believe that.
What sort of homes do these people grow up in?
There's a big thing though with like narcissistic parents that the common trait is they don't
Respect boundaries.
respect boundaries of like sleeping or your personal space.
Yes.
And they almost purposely cross into them.
Yeah, and because everything is the constant. It's my house, my rules. I have access to everything.
Yeah.
You are a citizen under my fucking
Open door policy shite.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The €100 while your man's doing, a poorly executed press up over that sort of mid morning. The elbows start to go and just
Not full energy.
Yeah, low energy, breathing into the pillow because he had 7 Guinness and a kebab last night.
Just blowing like
and then stopping at one point and her going, is everything okay? And him going, yeah, even though he's just holding in a fart because he knows it would spoil the mood if he was to go. Anyway.
the door's kicked in. You're a bollocks.
The door's kicked. You owe us £100, Dad. I'm in the middle of riding. Yeah, but you owe us £100. Where do you think the £100 went? You can't. Surely it would cost more. I don't know. Okay, it's all loose. It's all derangement. The dad going out and then having a crisis of conscience as he trots down the hallway to go, do you know what, I better go back in and introduce myself. Yeah. How are you, Denise? Is it? Mark, nice to meet you. I mean, damn. Don't make myself the villain in these scenarios. It's deranged. Thoughts?
It's awful, but I could 100% see it happening.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, look, on we go. We've got more to get into.
Hi there, Mark. I'm coming to you from America with potentially the most traumatizing father-in-law story of all time. A few years ago, before my husband and I were married, we moved in with his parents briefly to work on some things in our new apartment. And one night I came home very late from work and walked in the back door, only to be greeted by the sight of silent porn on the television. My father-in-law wearing a pair of Bluetooth headphones, oblivious to my presence, and my darling, angelic mother-in-law, fast asleep on the couch beside him, completely oblivious to what he was doing and viewing. I have never told anyone this story other than my husband, and it is so traumatizing that in the 10 years we have been married, I have been mostly unable to look my father-in-law in the eye or carry on any sort of real conversation with him, because I know what kind of porn he watches.
We need to know the niche. We need to know. We just simply... This podcast cannot continue unless we know the type of porn that he was watching.
If you ended on that, there's no way it's something normal.
It's definitely
that
not.
Stays with you for 10 years.
In my opinion, no porn is normal.
Oh.
It's just so unnatural.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, welcome to all of our American listeners. Great to have you on board. I'm going to throw something out here.
Mm-hmm.
If I was the mother-in-law, I'd probably pretend to be asleep too if I heard it.
Can we all say
if I heard a pitter-patter on the steps, oh, fuck. Whatever. Think of an American woman's name. Daphne.
Oh, Daphne.
Kelly.
Debbie.
Brenda.
Brenda. It's a bit too Irish.
All right.
Debbie will set on.
Okay.
Oh, Debbie's here. She's just gotten out of the Jeep. She's, put the keys. She's pulled into the garage. She's making her way to our house, which is really huge. But if there's a wind warning, even a purple wind warning, it's gone. That's the thing about living in America. The houses are made of literal, what?
Plywood.
What is it? Oh, yeah, our whole lives are lost. Your house was built in 48 hours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's not have a go at the structure of American houses that we know.
Very niche comedy.
Okay, the granddad or the dad watching porn with the blue. If the wife was asleep, it's rogue. Like, it's risky. It's a risky pornography watch if your wife is fast asleep on your shoulder. I do have to ask this question. Was he watching it in the way that one would watch the news or like Department Q on Netflix? Or was he watching it in a more, shall I say, engaged manner? Was he participating in the viewing? Was he consuming the material in a way that one might a Carol Voldemorn home aerobics DVD?
Yeah, like, let's be honest. Nobody's watching the porn for the storylines.
The fact that she says he's watching porn on silent is creepy. I would like to wager that most people watch porn on silent. Or is that wrong?
No, he has the headphones on.
Yes, no, I understand that. But as in, what I'm saying is, I'm putting forward a question. Do you think most people watch porn on silent or loud? I would have thought silent. Just to keep the senses, you know.
Well, no, because the reality is you're probably not going to be watching it around other people. So
are you
loud? Yeah.
Okay, so Halpin has been furiously quiet here.
A very low volume, I think.
A very low volume?
Yeah. Because you want to keep it, it's like...
That's what I'm thinking.
I have housemates, you want to keep some sensory...
Sort of like a gazelle, in the Serengeti, okay? If the gazelle is having a moment to itself to sip some water, he's not going head first into the pool. The ears of the gazelle aren't going, they're not being submerged. He's keeping one of his little gazelle earlobes in the air just in case there's an approaching lion. Ergo, you're not watching porn fully on loud. You're not being totally absorbed by the porn.
Okay, yeah.
One would assume.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. When you're catching it's all depraved.
Do you think you would rather catch, not even in-laws, but just like older people in general, having sex or watching porn? I think, like, at least if they're having sex, like, that's a natural thing to catch them in. Whereas the porn,
I think
is pathetic.
That's the catching somebody watching porn is like if you make eye contact with your dog when he's doing a poo. I love my dog more than life in itself. But when I see Bertie doing a little poo, okay, and he looks up at me and there's a look of complete shame and self-loathing that is akin to a human being watching pornographic material and touching themselves. It's a degrade. There's such a lonely. It's the hunger of pornography watching. Oh, give it to me! I need it. It's a thirsty loneliness. It's disgraceful.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go. Let's go.
I was in my girlfriend's house.
Ah, good.
I was wearing a beige pair of shorts, and I spilt water on them, and they left like a stain. And I obviously didn't want her parents to think I pissed myself, so I went out to the car to get a spare pair of shorts. And for some reason, I don't know why, I decided to get changed in the driveway. And as soon as my shorts hit my ankles, her dad comes around the corner beeping into the driveway, and we just lock eyes. And I try to turn around quickly, and I kind of stumble. I managed to save it, thankfully, and not fall over. But then I just didn't know what to do, and I just looked at him, said sorry, and pulled up my trousers and walked in.
Firstly, did he send this from Fritzl's basement? Like, is he in a Chilean mine or a Thai cave?
A Thai cave.
Like, the level of phone coverage is Digicel, okay.
Can we just be very clear? He didn't save it.
He could have prevented all of this. Firstly, like, oh no, I've got to... Is this Rowan Atkinson, like, from Dalkey? Because Mr. Bean levels of rushing to the... You've got a tiny bit of water on beige shorts. Oh, fuck, her parents are obviously going to think I'm incontinent. No, they wouldn't. No. Nobody will jump to that conclusion. They'll just go, oh yeah, I've spilt a bit of water. Great. I haven't pissed myself.
Yeah.
No one thinks you've pissed yourself.
Let's wait 5 minutes. It'll change.
Unless you're like Mildred entering the Bulls competition in, Kenilworth Square and you're 73. No, doesn't matter what age you are. Either way, no one's going to think that you've pissed yourself. Then you get out to the front garden where you just happen to have a spare pair of beige shorts. So question marks over here about the urine issues. And then you just go, yeah, I should probably just get nude here in the front garden. I should probably just strip off wearing shoes and socks, fully nude from the waist down. And then the dad happens to drive in who decides to beep, which is fair. And then you stumble ass out.
I feel it's one of those things as well. It wouldn't matter what that guy did for the rest of his life. He could literally end wars. That dad will always just remember him as the div who just nude,
pale arse.
He will never respect him.
Over the gravel. Halpin, didn't you have a funny story about someone's arse earlier on?
Well, when we were talking about somebody walking in, mid self-pleasure, well, I know it was more so porn was being watched, but a friend of mine said that he liked to feel the air on his backside as he was, in the act.
But hold on, why?
Listen, everyone has their kinks, Mark. We're not going to turn this into a kink-shaming exercise.
We're not, but air on the backside is an unusual one. And the spectrum of kinks, that's sort of like off the spectrum almost. Yeah. It's very ludicrous. Go on.
So he was on the kind of chaise lounge or whatever, and he flicked his legs back and, he was doing his business, and his partner walked in, opened the door, they made eye contact, and she just looked at him. He looked back and went, I'm wanking. I'm wanking.
My God.
And she just quietly closed the door, and that was that.
Well, hold on. So he wants air in his arse, and his way is to, like, sort of nappy change style position.
Yeah.
Surely you just lie on your side.
Surely.
Now, look, everyone tries to make themselves as the hero in their story.
Yeah,
so
very
maybe
true.
Was he trying to feel something else? I don't know. Did he want to?
Oh, my God. Okay, on we go.
He's run out of Nivea.
I was breastfeeding my son, and my father-in-law came into the living room and said I wouldn't mind swapping places with him right now.
Brilliant.
So, safe to say, I bottle fed from then on. So he would time when the baby needs to be fed and kind of always showed up at that time of feeding. So hence why I start bottle feeding.
Brilliant. Just a complete pervert. I wouldn't mind. He's sexualising breastfeeding, which is his first mistake. And then secondly, he wouldn't mind swapping places with his grandchild so he can pucker his lips and wrap them around his daughter-in-law's postnatal nipples. Good man, Kenneth. Great stuff. That's where you are at 67. A lot of growth. The arc of your character growth in your life. Good. Falling at the final hurdle, really, as far as emotional development is concerned.
Can you imagine having to move to bottle feeding, and when like your mate says, oh, why was it just not working out? No, my father-in-law is actively trying to participate.
The journey of breastfeeding is complicated and challenging enough for every woman.
Yeah.
Without needing to think, oh, good, old fucking milk baron Barry is going to come in, with the Avonmore goggles on, trying to sexualise the two cans. Like, it's just...
Oh, it's disgraceful.
I wouldn't mind swapping places with him. Cool. What do you want me to say to that? Well, I've got two, so scooch over. Do you know what I mean? Luca, pop your little arse cheeks over to the left. Desmond wants to have a crack. Do you know what I mean? How thirsty are you, by the way? Like, it's completely outrageous.
It is.
And also, if you are afraid to reveal breast in the privacy of your own home because of your nuisance father-in-law, action needs to be taken.
Completely. And also, like, breasts, let's be honest, breasts are great. But when they're being used for feeding, they're not sexual in the slightest. Like,
okay, all right, Danny Dyer.
Oh,
breasts
brilliant.
are great. The horn dog, Jason Statham. Do you know what I mean?
Jesus Christ, you know what I mean.
All right, Dapper laughs like.
Oh, fuck off.
The boob connoisseur over here.
Yeah.
All right, the editor of Zoo magazine from 2003 to 2007. Like, all right, Chris Evans in the 90s. Last one.
Going home.
Let's go.
So on the roast of father-in-laws, my father-in-law is, without a doubt, the definition of a chauvinist. He sits at the kitchen table for every meal, bangs his cutlery on the table, and waits for my mother-in-law to serve him. Whether it's food, whether it's a drink, whatever it is that he wants, he will bang his cutlery on the table and he will wait to be served. It doesn't matter what it is. She puts his salt on his dinner for him, pours his drinks, does everything for him, bar actually spoon feed him. And he regularly comes out with comments about women's duties. If I'm at the kitchen sink, he will tell me that it's great to see a woman in her place. We had our first baby last year, and his main comment was it's great to see a woman fulfill her wifely duties. So yeah, he is the definition of a chauvinist. And I find it very hard to bite my tongue sometimes.
I don't know.
This is the sort of stuff now, when we were talking about the older generation earlier, this is the stuff that is inexcusable.
This is just like good luck.
My granddad used to do this.
Banging the...
That's terrible.
Like some sort of Neanderthal.
Genuinely, like you'd be having dinner with my granddad and be like, Mary, the salt. And like, or you'd be mid-conversation and my grandma would be sitting down and be like, Mary, the dinner. Or Mary, while you're a cup of tea. And she wouldn't be up.
Yeah, while you're up and she's there like on oxygen watching 4 episodes of Jenny Jones back to back with a flagon of Sunny Delight, 2 feet chopped off from the beaties. Fucking hell.
It's outrageous. It's completely inexcusable.
People putting salt on things as well is just too much.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
People putting salt on things is just too much.
Please explain that.
If you use an appropriate amount of salt when you're cooking, you do not need to add any additional salt. There are very few dishes that I would ever add salt on.
Really?
Chips, max. I know people that put salt on pizza and sandwiches. Perverts.
I do that, by the way.
Pervert.
And I like to put crisps in the sandwich too.
Perverts. Let's go. That's all for today. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the Weekly Roast. It is my favourite time of the week. Thanks so much for listening. If you're enjoying the show, send us a message on Instagram at Mehigan Mark and rate the show wherever you listen to it. Also, if you click follow or subscribe or whatever, it will get sent straight to your inbox or your, I don't know, it'll appear in your timeline every single week. Oh, by the way, if you're listening on Spotify, leave a comment. Apparently that's what we have to be asking for. Leave a comment on Spotify. Let us know which part you enjoyed. And as always, I look forward to seeing you very soon. I'll be announcing the winner of the hotel competition tomorrow in the Roast Mortem. Speak to you then. Take care.
Mark Mehigan's Weekly Roast. Proudly supported by Cialis for Men. Struggling with erectile dysfunction? It's nothing to be ashamed of. Cialis for Men 10mg film-coated tablets, which contains tadalafil, is now available without prescription. Just a quick, discreet chat with your pharmacist, in person or online, can help. Find it at pharmacies nationwide or visit www.cialisformen.ie for more details. To be taken at least 30 minutes prior to anticipated sexual activity. Always read the label.